Jacob, having had a few days now to kind of digest what happened Saturday, what are your thoughts on the overall performance by the offense and the offensive line, of course?
I think effort-wise was really good, and we were working hard. We never, as a team, we kept fighting, and that's something to be proud about. Especially being down 0-0 at halftime, negative rushing yards at halftime. Especially as an offensive line, that's not something you want. And I think second half we stepped up, we kept fighting. Good things happened. We came out, played hard, but I think there's a lot of little things that we really need to fix. And if we can do that, I think we'll be a lot better next week. And but it's not big things, just little things, and all those things added up.
Did you get a sense, Jacob, on Nathan's comfort level as the game progressed?
Yeah, he was a lot more confident after, every year, every first game, everybody's nervous the first time you go out there, but, I think Nate played really well. I think he stepped up and he was confident, and that helps the whole offensive line because he's kind of the leader of the offensive line for us, helping us, telling us where to go and stuff like that. So I think he did a really good job.
Justin and Dane, just your thoughts on playing your first game as Arizona Wildcats?
It was a great experience. I was happy to get my feet wet. I felt like I left a couple plays out there on the field, just it being my first game, getting used to the speed of the game and everything. But I felt like now that I got a game under my belt, I'll be ready for next week and a totally different player.
I was super nervous going out there. It was my first game, such a big stage, being such a young guy out there. But after that first play, I was excited. I was ready to go. I wanted to stay on the field as long as I could. It's a bad thing for defense. But I just love being out there, and I can't wait for next week.
How do you think the defense performed? I mean, coming into the game, if you had said, you guys are just going to give up 18 points, most people probably would have taken that and said you're going to win. But, Paul McGlory's sentiment after the game seemed to be that it wasn't good enough because you guys didn't.
Well, our goal each week is to give up 0 points, period. I felt like we did a great job for a lot of us players being our first times actually touching the field. But, the game ended how it ended, and I'm ready for Gambling State this week, so that's what I'm focused on right now.
Josh, how did you switch things up there with that field goal? It looked like on the 52 one that you missed, you had tons of leg, but then obviously the next one, you couldn't really as far with you had the accuracy.
I didn't actually change anything up going into that kick. I looked at the first kick as being, a good experience. It's a far kick, and I was happy with how it went. The whole operation was just smooth. Nick Reinhardt, he played really well. Zach Worlinger, his holds are really good. And so going to the next kick, I was just as confident. And, I just kicked the ball how I kicked the ball and expected it to go through.